Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, Friday, the 6th of February 2015, this is John FARACLAS from Allaboutshipping.co.uk with the latest recapitulation on the world shipping markets, the indexes, and geopolitics affecting the international trade and conversely the markets, the shipping markets, which is our mere interest in these reportings all along. The Baltic Dry Index, after the mid-week blues, closed down at 559 points, minus 4 points yesterday, and 49 points last week's 608 points. This is the second worst ever in the nearly 30 years history of the index, which reached on the 6th of August 1986, 554 points, and on the other hand, that was the nadir of the market, and the zenith was on the 20th of May 2008 when it reached 11,793. So if you can compare the drop of that time in 1986 and the dropping now, it's incalculable. The boat has touched bottom. The markets have been wrecked. Now, the BCI, the Baltic Cape Index, was up 9 points at 689, which is also 10 points up since last week, 679 points. It's the capers that just kept the market down, because I can assure you, if the capers continue to drop, we're going to have an all-time record low very close to 540 points. This is an estimation, of course. The BPI, the Baltic Panamax Index, was up just 2 points at a level which, of course, it's not so pleasing anybody around, and it closed at 430 points, but this is now 78 points down since last week's 508 points. We have warned there was another level to be broken down, and it did. The BSI down 8 points at 530. Down another 35 points since last week's 585. Equally, the BHSI was also down 8 points at 301, a very dangerous level approaching, which was also down 79 points since last week's 380 points. On the wets, mixed feelings here. The BDTI, the Baltic Dirty Tanker Index, closed up 12 points at 922, which is up 54 points since last week's closing at 868 points. This didn't happen with the clean cargoes. The BCTI was down 10 points at 643 and further down 38 points since last week's 681 points. This is a very mixed market. The price of oil just got above the $50 to $52 for cargoes, deliveries in March. So this is another important issue. Now, geopolitics. Geopolitics, as we have numerous times said, really affect the industry. The Ukrainian saga witnessed a further escalation, and we, really wondered to see what is going on. Mr. Putin is not backing off. In reality, the Russian rebels in eastern Ukraine, they're not backing off, and it's a very messy situation with the Chancellor of Germany going to meet Mr. Putin as well, and Mr. Hollande, and they both go to Kiev to discuss with the president there what's going to happen. It's a very strange situation. We have warned you on this. But, we have a bigger issue now in Europe. The European issue is trying, harder to be solved, and it rests down in Greece, with Greece being, according to the Europeans, in particular the Germans, the major problem. This is not on, and the most important issue, it seems that the shit will hit the fan first in Germany and other European states rather than in Greece. Being under duress, and very well, and we know it very well from the shipping industry, when we are in some jurisdictions and we're under duress, what's happening? but we know at the end of the day what is the end result and who is going to win. Okay. There have been many cases in courts when ship owners came under duress in various ports, and then the entire thing was reversed and penalties will be paid back. So equally we expect that if you put a country under duress, you never know one day what can come out and how the truth will shine. It is very important, and of course Mrs. Merkel and Mr. Schäuble should better look at their own skeletons in their cupboards rather than accusing the Greeks of non-performing. It's a long story. For 40 years they've been lending the Greeks money, in particular the Germans, and this is not on to start accusations, because there are counter-accusations as well. So, restraint from both sides. The new Greek government should also stop Mickey Mousing about, okay? This is one thing. It is the previous regimes that for 40 years, as we mentioned, they have embezzled the European money, but Europe should have stopped it forthwith from after 10 years or so. Fair is fair. The Greek people have a dignity, and this dignity cannot, be suppressed. And I'm sure you all know what has happened when Greece's dignity is being suppressed. You very well know what Alexander the Great did when the dignity of the Greek city-states was suppressed, and how he reacted, changing completely the route of history to the benefit of the Western civilization. The Middle East continues to be in a mess, with ISIS creating havoc. This execution should stop, and we should all be united in this issue and smash ISIS. On the other hand, Mr. Obama services, they knew dead well who is arming ISIS, and he should forthwith go as a stealth fighter with a coalition and smash this out. This is a very important issue. Now, we had an interesting event last Wednesday. The BCA and the Afrimari organized a great event, and in this event also piracy was discussed, and what a coincidence, an awful coincidence. That same day, the Greek-owned vessel, the Kalamos, was attacked. The chief officer was lost, life lost, and this is not on. We should ensure that we have a mandate to tackle piracy. We should show zero tolerance, and this is another important issue. The 6th annual Capital League event is coming up in Athens on the 24th of February. It's of course all about shipping issues there, and we recommend you to attend. And equally, on the other hand, we have the main event, the 7th Mare Forum event in Indonesia, in Jakarta. Again, it's about shipping, building a maritime power, log on and see, together with our other events on our upcoming events box. And of course, tomorrow we're going, all of us, to celebrate in London's Park Lane Hilton the 20th anniversary of the Hellenic Engineer Society of Great Britain. Over 600 people are expected there to see the real success of the Greeks in the shipping industry for all intents and purposes. This is John FARACLAS from allaboutshipping.co.uk in London. Have a lovely weekend.